This is the story of my sad, depressing, but transformative high school experience as the only brown kid in a white school. And it all starts back when I was only 14 years old. So we're gonna put this right here. It all starts back when I was 14 years old. I was born in a city called Karachi in Pakistan. A lot of people think I'm Indian, or some dude said that I'm Korean. Bro, what the? No, I was born in Karachi, in Pakistan, you know? And you know me, growing up, I had a nice childhood. I was little RTF, I had a lot of friends over there. You know, we used to love soccer, play soccer, because we couldn't afford any Game Boys or anything, so we just used to play soccer every day. You know, my friends were cool. I had amazing friends. They always kept me happy. I always enjoyed with them. They were my best friends in life. It was nice, you know, it was nice. After school, we used to go out and just hang out, eat some street food, probably get diarrhea after, I don't remember, because I probably got dementia from eating that street food. But it was a nice experience. We used to go play soccer and stuff like this. Bro, life was good. Life was freaking good. If you don't already know about Pakistan, it's just brown people. Literally brown people, no black people, no white people. If you see a white person, you think it's an angel sent from God. So everywhere I look, it's just brownies. You know what I mean? I was living an amazing life back home, bro. Like, I can't lie, it was fun, you know? I had all the boys with me. We just have an amazing time. Then one day, my parents came up to me and they're like, we're going to another country, because the situation in Pakistan was getting really bad. There was some prime minister stuff going on. Like, there was literal guns and bombings going on. And my parents were like, you know what? We gotta get out of here because this place doesn't seem too good. So my parents basically booked a flight and we ended up going to a land called Land Down Under, Australia. I basically got on a plane when I was 14 years old to go to a different country that was full of white people. And I didn't know that. I didn't even know white people existed at this time. I just thought God just made brown people. I didn't know God was that creative. He made white people. Stupid. So now I'm in Australia. Around 2017 to 2018, that's when I landed here. I didn't realize how weird my life's gonna get. You know, the first day I landed here, my jaw dropped. I was like, where the frick am I? You know how Australia's got all these SUVs and these electric cars and stuff like this? This is what Pakistan had. A freaking tuk-tuk. So when I saw these 4x4 Ford Raptors driving around the street, I was like, bro, what? Because this is what I grew up with. This. If you're sitting in one of this, and if you get into an accident, bro, you're going straight to your maker. You ain't surviving. There's no airbags in this. How can you fit an airbag in this? So if you get into an accident, brother, I'll see you in the afterlife. And when I was walking down the street on my first day of landing here, I looked around and I was like, bro, these houses are amazing. Who the frick built these houses? Bro, these houses look insane. This is where I used to live back home.
Oh, hell no, man. What
Yep, this is exactly where I used to live. This right here, these ain't houses. These are literal cement blocks in the sky. Literally, my house was on top of someone else's house, on top of someone else's house. So for me, when I came to Australia from Pakistan, I was like, bro, this is insane. Like, I can't believe people live. I can't believe this is the world. And you know, Australia roads, bro, like first world countries, these are what the roads look like, right? Beautiful roads, nice and clean. Whenever you're driving, it's like you don't see any sort of freaking shit anywhere. You know, it's just beautiful roads. You know, it's pleasant drive. Drive your Lamborghini down the road and you just have a pleasant drive. This is what my roads used to look like. This is what the roads back home used to look like. Are you freaking serious? That's literally what the roads back home look like. Every time you drive, you're like, you think you're on a roller coaster. That's how many bumps there is. So yeah, I was just fully amazed by how beautiful Australia was. You know, I was like, bro, there's no way. I'm literally come into heaven. Like, this place is insane. Because I came from like poverty. I wasn't poor, but like where I was living, it was poor, okay? Around this time, we had a unit that we were renting. My parents, you know, they were renting out a unit in Australia, and it was like a really small unit, and there was basically nothing to do besides just play soccer, because I had bought a cheap soccer ball. I remember this soccer ball right here was $10, I remember, in 2017. And I just used to play soccer because I didn't have an Xbox. I didn't even know what an Xbox was. The only thing that I had to keep myself entertained when I first landed here, like for like the first month, was a soccer ball. And around this time, I had no friends, mind you, and I didn't even know what white people look like. I've never seen a white person in my entire life. So I was super excited to go to school because I was like, bro, I'm gonna see ghosts. I'm gonna see white people for the first time. I'm super excited. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make new friends. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna play soccer with them. It's gonna be so dope. And this is where I come to my first day in Australian public school. This was the first day of my Australian high school public school. We're gonna put that right here. And I thought it was gonna be sick. I thought like, yo, this is gonna be fire. I'm gonna meet so many people. Life's gonna be even better. And if you don't know what a public school is, it's basically a government funded school. That means anyone can come. Literally the drug dealers, rich people, anyone can join the school. It's completely free. It's literally free. My school fees was $50 a month. That was my whole school fees for that month. When I walked into my classroom, I look around and my jaw drops. I'm like, bro, no way this is what school is like here. This is what an Australian school looks like. Beautiful, got everything, got a TV, got aircon, got beautiful chairs. You know, it's a beautiful school. This is what I came from. Look, bro, this is what I came from. Bro, my old Pakistan school didn't even have air cons. My old Pakistan school didn't have electricity. When it used to get hot in my school, we used to open the freaking door of the classroom to let breeze in, bro. We used to take our notebooks and do this. That's what my school was. We didn't have no technology. The board that the teachers used to teach on was a blackboard with a chalk, bro. She used to write with a chalk. The benches in our school were made out of wood. That's where I came from. That's literally the reality of third world countries. So when I first saw this, my mind was blown. I was like, there's no way this is real. No way this is what Australia is like. You know, I walk outside the public school and it's just beautiful. There's greenery everywhere. There's like these playgrounds to hang out in. Bro, in my old school, we didn't have grass in the school. There was not a speck of grass in the school. It was just gravel. The whole floor was gravel. I'll put an actual photo of my old school. I'll put this photo up here right now. It's literal gravel. The whole thing is gravel. So when I came to the school, I was fully amazed. And then I looked around in my classroom and I saw a bunch of people, white, black, American, mixed, Chinese, every sort of person was in the classroom. So I was like, yo, this is sick. This is like, you know, there's so many people here. This is amazing. And on the first day of that public school, I made a friend. I made a white friend. His name was Jared. His actual name was Jared. But yeah, I made a new friend. My first actual Australian friend. Put your stupid ass up there. So this dude called Jared, 6 feet tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, white skin. He's literally a chat. I'm like, yo, this guy looks sick. And he seemed nice as well. You know, he's nice, friendly, loving. He's showing me around everywhere. He's telling me, yo, bro, this is where you gotta go to class. This is where you gotta go to class. Until when I show up to class, the teacher's like, you're at the wrong class. This guy right here literally told me the wrong classes. He messed me up the whole day and he was subtly aggressively bullying me. This man right here was making racist comments like, oh bro, you probably don't have that back home. Like to anything. If he saw a pencil on the desk, he's like, yo bro, did you guys have this back home? This guy was the most passive aggressive racist mother I've ever seen in my entire life. I'd never realized this, but this guy kind of like he used me to just have fun. Pause, wait, this sounds gay, hold on. Like he used me as a joke, basically. Which is fair enough, bro, fair enough, not gonna lie. I got bullied crazy. I probably deserved it. I don't even remember what I did, but I probably deserved it. Then, day 2 of that same school, I ended up meeting a girl. This is not her, by the way. This is some random chick on Instagram. I don't know who this is. I basically ended up speaking to one of my, you know, schoolmates who was a girl and she was really attractive. So I'll put her here. Now I didn't realize at the time, but she was friends with Jared. She basically tried to get me into trouble. She basically said like, yo, he tried to advance on me. I don't remember her name. I don't know who she is. I spoke to her once and never again. I don't know. On the 3rd day of being in that public school, I wonder what this is. Can you guys guess what this is? This is definitely no whey protein. On the 3rd day, someone offered me this. And then I was like, yep, mom, this ain't it. ये नहीं है, ये school अच्छा नहीं है, mother. Mother, मुझे जाना है, अभी मुझे वापस घर जाना है, पाकिस्तान जाना है, ये school अच्छा नहीं है. Basically put the nail in the coffin. All the brown people are like, oh, no way. That was the last day of me being in the public school. I lasted 3 days in that public school. Then my parents decided to put me in a private school. So this is not a public school. This is a private school where it's basically way more expensive. Only limited amount of students can get in and it's exclusive students. You know, it's not like any hobo down the street can just jump in. Shout out to my parents, by the way, because they were working weird jobs. They literally were cleaners just to afford that school. They used to go and clean toilets just so they can, you know, put me in school. So that's why I'm so determined to retire them, because I'm always gonna be in debt to them. That's why I'm like, you know, grinding this YouTube stuff, because bro, they literally went and did shitty jobs so then I can go and get a good education. So my first day in this new school, I don't know what to expect, because the first school that I went to, the public school, that was haram. And then I was sitting in the office that day waiting to, you know, get picked up by the students, because when you join a school, the students come to pick you up and they show you your classes and stuff. That's what this dumbass did, and he clearly didn't do a good job. But yeah, so I'm just sitting there nicely waiting, and then 20 minutes later, they arrive. Bro, this is what they be wearing. Brother, they're wearing a full-on suit. You're wearing a suit to school. This is what I used to wear in school. Bro, just a raggedy shirt with a tie. And then you see these white people wearing these rich ass suit clothes. So I was like, okay, this is different. This private school might be a bit, you know, crazier. So then these two white boys come to pick me up. I'm like, hey guys. And then they took me to the classroom that I was supposed to be in. When I walked in the classroom, all I could see is ghost. Literal ghost. I looked to my left, ghost. I looked to my right, ghost. Every single freaking person in that classroom was white. Everyone, literally anywhere I look, it's just white people. I just came from a land full of chocolate with all brown people to a land of cum. Bro, there's just white people everywhere. I'm like, bro, dang, what the frick? Ghostbusters, what's going on? I'm not looking around, every white person just like, bro, it's my first time seeing a white person. I guess it's their first time seeing a black person. What the? And then I remember there was this girl, right? She was really attractive and stuff like this. Someone told me that she was actually really anticipating the new kid to come in class, you know, because she wanted to, you know, speak to this new kid and get his number and stuff like this. You know, this new girl, she was really excited, you know, she was waiting for me. She was like, yo, this is gonna be sick. I'm gonna speak to him. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hot as heck. He's gonna be so hot. She was literally saying that before I even came to the class. And when I walked through the door and she saw me for the first time, her face went like this. Literally, it went, her neck went back. This is what I used to look like. This is exactly what I looked like first day in the private school. They looked at me and the word jump scare was created. So yeah, basically, she saw me. She never saw me again because she was like, yo, this dude hideous. But not gonna lie, I actually felt better in the school because everyone was like, they seemed nice, they seemed friendly, you know? I was like, you know what? This school's actually sick. Everyone seems decent. I'm happy here. But shit, that didn't last too long. So those two friends started introducing me to all the other people in the school. White people, everyone was white. I believe everyone was white. I can't think of a single brown person. But yeah, they introduced me to everyone. Everyone's like, hey, how are you? Hello, how is your name? Hello, hello, yeah, hello, hello. I'm like, brother, white people don't talk like this. Then I realized they are racist as shit. Granted, I did have the thickest accent you can ever think of. I literally used to speak like, hello, mama, hello, hi, mama, how are you? I had the thickest accent. So granted, I deserved it, okay? Listening to me speak was like putting a knife through your ear. I deserved it. But like, bro, any sentence they said to me was just racist, bro. I instantly became a target in this new environment. And I had a few people that just said straight up racist stuff about me. Like, oh, bro, weren't your parents involved in 9/11? Like, bro, the most racist stuff. Like, bro, if they said the stuff that they did to me back in the day, like today, bro, I literally was like, hey-ya! And remember how I told you how I used to love soccer and like that was literally my passion back then? Well, I started playing soccer with the white kids at lunchtime. And I don't know, out of everyone who's playing, I was the one who was getting tackled the most. It was just me. It was like everyone else, yo, the guy's over there running with the ball in his hands. And the defender's coming and tackling me. I don't even have the ball in my hand. I was literally the only one who used to get tackled. And I got tackled so hard one day that my leg, literally my leg right here, one of the ligaments came up. Like it literally popped up. And to this day, it still does. Literally, I got a permanent leg injury because of it. So yeah, because of that, I ended up quitting soccer completely. And in this new private school, there was a guy called Bradley, right? He was a classmate of mine. He seemed like he was nice. He was basically the Jared of this new school. This guy physically assaulted me. He used to come up to me and be like, oh, hello, you want this? Hello, you want this? Like in the most racist accent. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what made it happen. But this, oh yeah, I remember. So back in the day, I used to have a small like Samsung phone, right? Like a cheap phone because I couldn't afford an actual iPhone. I used to have this phone, I used to bring it to class and then I used to play Clash Royale on it. And I spent $40 on Clash Royale, I remember. And I was like opening these chests in class and I was like, yo, this is sick. I'm so excited, you know? Like this is the only entertainment I had. This Bradley dude sees me on my phone. He doesn't say anything. I put my phone in my bag and I leave my bag in the classroom and I go to the toilet. When I come back, this motherfricker is jumping on my bag, bro. My bag, he slammed it on the ground, started jumping on my bag. My phone is in the bag. When I look up, I'm like, bro, what the frick? I push him off, right? I pick up my bag, I open my bag. pulled out the phone, it's just cracked. The whole screen is just cracked. It's like a whole design, like mosaic art on my phone, bro. It's fully cracked. I started crying, like literally on my like first week of being in that school, I started crying, bro. I ran out and I started bawling my eyes out because I spent hard-earned money, $40 on a video game in my phone, and that phone was the only thing I had for entertainment. Now that I quit soccer and now that I don't have anything else, I don't have an Xbox, I'm too poor, he broke it. And I was so pissed off that day. This dude called Bradley, I was so pissed off that I tried to fight him. Mind you, this dude's 6 foot, blue eyes Chad, he's probably built, I don't know. I tried to fight his ass, I tried to literally punch him. He grabbed me, put me in a headlock and slammed me on the ground in front of my classmates, in front of the classroom door. He literally grabbed me, boom. He never got told off. No one snitched on him, he never got told off. I was about to say sexual harassment. Literal physical harassment, and he got away with it. This was the build I was rocking right there. So fair enough that I was getting bullied about being fat as well. They nicknamed me man boobs, literally. Yep. And whenever I used to walk past, they used to go like this to me, just out of nowhere, just like this. And it used to hurt, bro. I also had big teeth. I had buck tooth, you know, I had yellow teeth. This right here is what my teeth used to look like. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but you see the little gap. I always had buck tooth. You see that? I always had big teeth, and yeah, they used to just bully me about that as well. I always got picked last in any sports team game, you know, in PE. Whenever they're like, yo, captains, pick your team, I was always the last one picked. Even out of the girls, I was the last one picked. You know, I really wasn't having a good time at school. Like throughout year 8 to year 10, I really wasn't having a good time. I was getting bullied constantly over and over again. Even in this new private school, just constantly getting bullied. I actually used to do YouTube in 2018, and I used to do videos in school because I was just, you know, just like that. I always used to do YouTube. And one day I wore one of the school jackets and it had the logo of the school on there. They literally snitched and told the principal, and then he saw the logo and he's like, yo, I must suspend you if you don't delete it. Pretty sure this is what happened. I don't remember vividly how I got snitched on. I don't know who snitched, but like I basically got told off for making YouTube videos with the logo of the school in it, which is fair enough. But in saying that, like, bro, I was little, I didn't even know what a logo meant. And I also remember in these westernized Australian, American, you know, these white people schools, they teach you about having sex at 15. They literally introduced me to corn at 15 years old. This is, the schools introduced me to this. They're teaching you, oh, when you have sex, you gotta use a rubber. I'm 15, I don't even know I have a penis. I don't know how people are taught that at 15 years old. Like, bro, they shouldn't be encouraged to go use rubber. They should not be encouraged to have casual sex regardless. But yeah, 15 years old, got introduced to this, the most haram thing, most haram sin in the entire world. So basically from grade 8 to grade 10 was hell. It was basically full hell. Almost every day getting bullied about something new. And you know, me constantly getting bullied every single day made me develop this attitude of people pleasing. I used to be the biggest people pleaser because, you know, I'm trying to get on people's good side. Biggest people pleaser. And then I also ended up falling in love with some white girls, and I've already made a video on that. That didn't end out too well, got played. It just led to a whole different story. That was a whole different story of me getting played. And I came home and I cried a lot. You know, it was a terrible journey. I literally felt like I was playing life on hardcore mode. And looking at all this, you probably are like, yo, this is probably like the worst experience. You know, you had a bad high school experience from Pakistan where you had all friends and, you know, you guys were having fun even though you guys had nothing, to Australia where literally you're getting bullied 24/7. It all seemed like a nightmare. But now here's the thing. Now that I look back, I wouldn't change anything about it. I can't be thankful enough to all the people that bullied me. Now that I look back, I'm just like, bro, I'm so glad that happened. And this is where the comeback story begins. Me getting bullied was probably the best thing that has ever happened to me. Literally in my entire life. I got bullied for my accent. Now listen to how I sound. I got bullied for having man boobs.
Boys, look. I'm so proud of myself, bro.
I got bullied for having yellow teeth. I got bullied for making YouTube videos. We just hit 13,000 subscribers. I got played by white girls that I genuinely loved. I love them, like I like them a lot. But that led me to making a video that became my most viewed video on this channel. All that bullying caused me to change so fast and adapt. If I didn't get bullied, I would have never known my flaws. I would have never been able to adapt. I would have never known what's wrong with me. If I didn't get bullied, I would still be out of shape. I would still have yellow teeth. I would still have this thick accent that's not persuadable to anyone. I wouldn't have had a viral YouTube video because the video was made because of the heartbreak that I went through. That just shows how much bullying can help, but bullying people on the things that they can actually change. This video is gonna come off as crazy. I'm not saying bullying is good, but if someone is lacking in an area, you should bully them. This video is not gonna be for the easy like soy boy like, oh yeah, don't bully me, I'm fat, don't bully me. Bro, if you're fat, you deserve to get bullied. Because that's the only way I changed. That's the only way all this happened. Because I got bullied on the things I could change. Granted, I did get racism comments on being brown. I can't change that. But that made me love myself even more because I kept proving to myself like, bro, I can do whatever I want to. I can lose the fat. I can fix my teeth. I can change my accent. This is literally proof that bullying works. And you know the guy who was talking about, the Bradley dude? Well, recently, his Facebook account actually came up on my feed. And I clicked on it and I saw a selfie of him. He's fat. He's got man tits, he's got a double chin, untrimmed facial hair, he's got a disgusting haircut, he had a beer in his hand. That should say enough. And you know the people in high school that you think are like, you know, so cool and they're like peaked and stuff, they're gonna be the ones who actually fall off because peaking in life makes you comfortable. But going through hell makes you progressive. All the people that have become great in this world have all started from being someone completely like a nobody in their high school. Nobody looked at them and then they became great because comfort destroys change. And bullying is good because it causes pain and pain causes you to change. I'm super grateful for every single person who bullied me in school. Genuinely, I would have never wanted it any other way because it's gonna make me the person, well, it's made me the person that I admire and it's gonna make me the person that they'll never be. So if you're currently getting bullied in school, if you're getting harassed, whatever it is, take it into your own hands. Use this as fuel, as fire to, you know, make the greatest comeback in your life. Because this literally, I went through all this and that's why you're sitting here watching this video. Because if none of this happened, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be making these videos. Because all this happened, that's why you can actually relate to me and you can be like, yo, I'm gonna watch this dude. You know, these hardships make life fun and life is like a storybook. Your past might be written, but the future is still undecided. So yeah, I hope this video was entertaining. Hope this video gave you a nice understanding of how I survived high school as an only brown kid, learning everything from ground zero. You know, being a fall fresh off the boat, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was a crazy experience. I would have never changed anything and I'm just grateful that it happened. Thank you once again so much for watching this video. I really hope this video inspired you to, yo, just take bullying because it genuinely changes everything. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Best of luck. I'll see you then. Peace.